Maybe we was about to draw one and then the thing went off. Let's just see. Because I'm seeing if they trying to say, but I don't. Well, I'm hearing break up to make. But I'm wondering if the Taurus is a damn Gemini. I'm just wondering what this is. Poison. That girl is poison. Maybe somebody felt like this at one point in time about you or something like this, but I'm also getting poisoning. Like somebody could have poisoned somebody. Somebody's being two-faced, like, yeah, sure, I'll get you this or I'll go get you something to drink. But, like, I don't know. Like, family members blocking you. Somebody, I told you, a Gemini is working with the family or somebody that's wearing the Gemini's clothing. Something like this. So they could be getting rid of a yeah, somebody's an atheist here. They could be getting rid of a Gemini, kicking the Gemini out. But now we got family members blocking you. They're renting. Okay? They could be paying their bills and responsibilities with my money. These people could have poisoned me. Somebody's family could have poisoned them. Somebody's family poisoned them. This could be with some kind of information or whatever this is. But we got illegal protection for the atheists in reverse and mob ties in reverse. Okay, let's finish up this part of this reading real quick. I could have sworn we pulled all three, but I'm looking to see one of these cards on the seat or on thing. So we must have been pulling this card when I stopped. So somebody's being sneaky here with this Three of Pentacles, the Lord of material works, material gain. This could be people that snatch people's crowns and stuff like that. That's the Chariot and the inferior lifestyle. That's what I'm saying. Somebody coming around begging. This is your family. Okay, they kicking out the Gemini. Okay, but the Gemini was upright about something, but I don't know. They could be using this other masculine energy to play the part. Oh, this is getting difficult. It really don't matter. At the end of the day, it do matter. But, okay, this is getting a little bit dizzy. I mean, actually, it's like my head is spinning, like my stomach is hurting because my head is spinning. Like, but these people, these lower quality people, these demons are trying to steal my crown. Somebody could like green, somebody like I'm green. That could be this BP or this artificial like oil energy or the oil rig, or this could be who stole my private property or stole my derricks. Whoever this is that like, it could have lime green clothing. They might like to wear like nail polish that's lime green. That's looking like that BP energy, like oil. But see, that could be two energies here. Come and think about that Bucky's gas station we was going to. You know, they got them spread out throughout the route. I don't, it said established in 81, but I never remember. Even like 10 years ago, 15 years ago when we drove to Texas, I don't remember seeing them. But this time when we drove to Texas, I seen a bunch of them. But I noticed that the little symbol on there, the little hamster or whatever, he don't have no legs. This could be an empire that was being built, that somebody's supposed to be a part of it. And some family, these are black people or something. They're really moving up, but they're doing it off of the daughter of the elite. Want me to be like this rich person, and they all be looking at me and have to ask me for something because they're gonna know that they stole from me. And so yeah, Nine of Swords. Yeah, this is a grandmother or something, man. These people, because I heard I can't choose. I choose nobody but me because nobody chose me. Somebody feels that way. Nobody chose them. Hierophant in reverse, burden, the Mangus of eternal gods. So they saying eternal is the horizon, but it's not. And somebody could have got molested Hierophant at church. a little black girl, or this could be the little black girls that got, that was in that church bombing or something back in. These could be some of these kids here that's back here in the flesh. Like I could be like a Ruby Bridges spirit, and these girls is the four little lost girls or something that was in that church. Like it's I be picking up some of these spirits on some of us. Do you get what I'm saying? So they got me in like Ruby Bridges mode where I gotta fight all my life. You know, picked on, randomly, picked on by people until I explode. Ever since I was a child, I moved to a new place. These people want to fight me there. I didn't even do nothing to these people. So all my life. Okay. And it's always a gang of people. When I went to elementary school, a gang of people jumped me. Before I went to elementary school, before I went to that elementary school, I went to the other elementary school in my childhood home, by my childhood home, and these boys tried to jump on me. They was always hitting me, kicking me, punching me in my head, stuff like this, till one day I turned around and I fought them. When I moved to go to like when I moved by my grandma's house and we had to down jump by this but Phoenicia. They lived at the bottom of the hill. They lived down at the bottom. They jumped me. When I was in middle school, and the funny thing is my cousin Tiffany was there. And she didn't even help me. She just stood there and watched them jump me. My boy twin cousins had to break it up. Or like check bitches, like get off of her or something like this. Like they didn't want to hit them, but they was like, dude, if you don't get off my cousin or whatever. That was one time. Then when I went to Webster School, I hadn't even gone there for a week yet, and all the girls. Now we ended up kind of be cool later on in high school, like, hey, what's up, or whatever like this, or they was not tripping or whatever later on, or whatever. But initially, these same girls that was kind of like the cool black girls, you know what I'm saying, that kind of gathered the black boys around. It wasn't preppy or nothing. They just was the cool black girls. They wanted to jump me, okay, but they were using verbal abuse, okay, lying and stuff like this, and just taunting and hackling or whatever. Then when I went to high school, the first year, freshman year, when I was going with my boyfriend, another girl, that girl Von Shell wanted to talk to him, and then the girl Marquita, I think. Okay, there was a little bit of beef between. Cause I said, "Why you even give her your number or whatever like this?" So he could have been lying to me. Okay, yeah, he had a girl named. The only three girls I knew about, the only four girls I knew about was the girl Kenyatta, the girl, um, a girl named Mary that he liked when he was in the first grade for like a couple days. Then the Marquita girl, and the only ones that after these times, I never had a problem with this dude again, because I will stop talking to your ass. And I could have been a little selfish when I was younger. It's like I could do what the fuck I want to do, but I mean, I didn't tell this person they can't do what they want to do, but I'm not the one to sit there and act like I didn't see something or I don't know nothing. Now, I don't know what the fuck he is, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not the one. So if we was just teenagers, we ain't married or nothing shit. But if you see what I'm saying? If he would have been like, hey, what's up? Why you do or something like this, then I have to answer to that or whatever like this. But just because I'm with you and I choose to check some shit quick, you might be with me and you don't check some shit quick. So that's the way you carry out your part of the relationship. This is the way I carry out mine. Because obviously any young person is going to think that they could do whatever they want to do in a relationship. When you with your friends, you might be different. When you with your friends, come on, you hanging out with some hoes or something at their house, you ain't going to tell me every single time or something like this. You got a damn number or something. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody like, hey, you went to that party, did you get a number? It was never like that with me and this person. We just was our two individual kind of people. But if something, I don't know what the heck is going on. Why does phone keep going out black? Okay, this is the card that came out with that, the Hierophant reverse. How did it get over there? The Chariot. Somebody with inferior thinking has tried to take the crown. They ran off with the crown. Crown Royal. Somebody crafted this up real good. Well, we had the Hierophant. No, the Hierophant was with her. Um, that's why I feel like the Hierophant did something weird like this. We got Illinois Invest. Illinois invested in what? Cloning somebody. Or so that this person wouldn't reach out and try to pull you back in. Like I said, but this is after somebody could have even though I think this is somebody's grandma, somebody could have like stoned you to death. But I don't know. There's a shadow reaching for this person, though, to grab for them. Something else is grabbing them. We got shadows also coming after this person. Because it's like these people think that they're important. What they think about you is important during this illegal investigation when it's not. Just throw the whole thing out. There's also another eye down there. There's another eye down there. I didn't notice that. Underneath this Gemini. Could be a third party situation. And then we have the dirty offer. But your family, my family or your family is using our money to pay their rent. They don't believe in God. These are the atheists. This is like an atheist group. They've been poisoning somebody, food, spiritually, psychic attacks, and pain. Let's see. So that they can take the crown, inflicting pain. So somebody's physically like somebody come in and break your leg or break your back, like on the Black Swan or something, like, or Kathy, the Harding girl with the skate, you know, and then what she went her ass to jail. She didn't get to continue the competition, and this could be something about a Vatican group. They could have been lying, saying that this person was married to that damn eternal energy when it was really me. Because they could have hijacked the family about 15 years ago and gave it to her. This is something really weird. Well, kidnapped, trafficked, somebody's entire family. Two of Swords. Now you can see what this person did. Somebody hijacked the entire family. Somebody stole these kids and the spouse. They stole a crown. They stole. These are trifling ass people, and now they got to get out. They left nothing for somebody, and now they got to get out. They also took, yeah, this is something about this. Like I said, this person being in this holy matrimony by themselves. This could be the last straw. Or somebody else could have been acting like she's the widow here of a union here. Okay. But this is a knockoff or a fraud. This is somebody that could have killed your children and your husband and the whole family and then try to sit there and cry like, oh, something happened to me. This could be, this is like that movie with Monique in it, psychic reading. Somebody could be a reader. If she remember, she the one that killed her family. Kids. Oh no, I don't know what that is that fell on the floor. The Princess of the Palace floods. Princess of Cups. There's a storm coming now. Okay? Because somebody is finding out that they ruined somebody's mother. Somebody's finding out that somebody ruined her mother or father or the parent in order to steal something from them. Seven of Swords. But now they can't steal it. Lord of the unstable effort. Yeah, somebody tried to say that somebody was unstable or something here. And it's in reverse. Or somebody tried to say you didn't try for something, but somebody's realizing that somebody made something impossible. Kim Impossible. Somebody made something impossible for somebody to navigate, to even try. But I feel like somebody see you trying, whoever this is. But it's like this is the problem of these clans that do this, that dismiss the mother and then make the children feel like they're superior or something like this. When you could tell that clans do this shit or cults do this, they fear the power of the mother. That's the real thing. So the lesser can harm the higher, but if the higher gets the backing that they supposed to have or get the trash out, then the higher gets the kingdom back almost. But it's just like, what do you want back? You know what I'm saying? Because I could never see somebody saying, come on, just move away with me. I love you so much. And my person being that stupid. He just a little bit too stoic to just be like, oh, well, okay, yeah. I mean, unless there was money or something. But, I mean, somebody could have been taken, but they could have went. And we got the Six of Cups here. Um, Somebody had somebody in their head, or I just feel like, no, nobody had somebody. This is making it seem like somebody didn't have somebody in their head. I think the Six of Cups is like somebody coming in to give like an offering or something, right? In reverse, somebody don't want to fill up your cup, or they don't want to bring that lady that they left behind something. And this was not, this is somebody that did this, could be on their own. Nobody manipulated this person to leave you dead. Nobody manipulated this person to leave you for dead. That's why somebody looking at this person is trifling. Like somebody told, we got the Shar. This could be like a charlatan or somebody named is Charlene. Somebody is an inferior lifestyle. This could also be, somebody judging you saying, oh, you're not a good mother. You don't go to your child's sports right now in this time. You could be going through a lot and maybe you don't. But these are parents here that never signed you up for, they had us running the streets or, running behind boys or girls or something and watching us and recording us and making money off of us in our private time and exploiting us. They didn't get us geared to, as long as you had a job or something like this, just a little job, and then you was running around, after hoes or Negroes, it was okay. You know what I'm saying? Because you had a job. To them, it was just more about a job. To the next group, I think it was more about getting them through college. And then the next group is going to be something else. But, like, that makes, you know, that made them legit, which is silly because anybody could just go get a job. Everybody got to work. More than likely, most people do. Like I said, unless you were at home mom, then that's the agreement you came up with, then you don't. But most people have to work. So, you know, the way I'm looking at it is, like these people thought it, like these parents around us, just our small group that I remember, the people that I was close enough to maybe go to their house or something like this, their parents was not pushing them to get it. Our parents, we was kind of like cool kids or kind of like little adults or something like this, you know, but kicking it with our friends or whatever like this. We didn't really It was about hanging out. In the 90s, it was about going to house parties, kicking it, getting your hair done, showing up at parties and kicking spaces, or, y'all kicking it over at Lamont and them house for 6 months. Y'all get bored of going over there. Y'all find somebody else's house that y'all want to kick it with, and y'all just kick it, buy shit, sit back, drink, talk shit. It was more about that. Like, okay, we were those kind of kids that was kind of doing that, maybe even skipping school and not going to school or something like this. But then we did have like preppy kids at our school that was into their sport or their cheerleading or their basketball or whatever like this too. But we was kind of like the, you know I don't know, what you could call these kids. Okay, because I didn't have to clap it up with everybody in the hallways, but motherfuckers knew who I was a little bit walking through the hallways, so on and so forth. So I don't know, but it's just seeming like somebody didn't put this in this person's head, or now this person don't have nobody in their head. Somebody could be thinking clearly because somebody ain't in their head. Is giving me over here where somebody got rid of somebody that had black eyes. Now we talked about the hills have eyes, or we talk about the dark-eyed people of like the Appalachian Mountains and stuff like this. Okay, these could also people that like, more like miners and stuff like this. That could be also why they got dark eyes. Or like I told you, if these people been digging around in the earth all this time, who knows what the fuck they met down there. So like these names like coal or coal miners, sometimes, these could be entities that have been attached to these people for centuries that make them do certain things. But these were the people that helped the United States government take down certain groups of, I'll say certain groups of indigenous people, or they did help take down certain groups of indigenous people or something at some point in time. Okay, so these might be people that had to go back into the mountains with their parents, and they ain't trying to go back. Okay, they said we ain't going back because a lot of people could have been sent into like Mexico. They could have been sent into different countries out south, wherever these other countries is. They could have also been being sent back into the mountains. It doesn't matter. It's a mixture of all these groups that's doing this shit right here. They're putting all their resources or their knowledge or their gifts together and doing something to, like, they're running around like gods or something. They don't want to listen to what God said or whatever this is. So this could be people that escape from the mountains. Like, what do you do then? Because I really don't know if we read about anything like this in the Bible about, God be like, go, Moses or whoever, going back in the mountain with your people or whatever, but we don't really know if that's to die or not. That could just be going off the grid. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really broke that down in church to us. So, yeah, there could be some kind of unjust activity here. These people might be even more primal or something like this here. More hungry for opportunities or jobs. Okay, where their gifts or their skills, because they've been off the grid and nourished themselves off of the land or off the mountains and stuff like this. They could be very much more resourceful. That's kind of like going into the African jungle. The way that people live in the mountains is not like the African jungle, but it is more resourceful because there's not that much stuff around. They got to kind of figure out how to do things, more natural way or something like this probably. I mean, some shit, like Amazon might not drive through some of these places. Some of these places might don't have the internet. That's what I'm saying. It's more rural. Rural. I always have a problem with that word. Okay. So Queen of Pentacles, Queen of the Thrones of the Earth. Okay. Because I just heard something about the earth. The creation of the earth is what they're trying to work on right now. But I don't know. There's these horrible mothers still that they haven't gotten rid of. That feel like they're going to be a part of something. 8 of Cups. You don't want these. Yeah. You want them to walk away. You telling them to get out. I don't want your fucking offer. This is also whoever this is, this Empress in reverse. They try to put somebody in reverse. You don't want their offer or something like this. Okay. All well that ends well. I don't know why. Who says that? 7 of Cups. Some type of somebody trying to say it's an illusion. Your head in the clouds. You building something somewhere else. You doing something somewhere else. These 8 cups is down here on the ground. Somebody is being lifted up. It don't seem like a delusion. There's a head right there. There's a palace right there. There's something like that. Something is not an illusion. This is only for somebody. There could be an angel. There's a child there. It looks like her head is these clouds. Her head is the storm. She is the storm. Something black is coming. Somebody is the storm here. Okay, somebody's brain power is something here. Okay, so somebody could be saying that this is an illusion here. Okay, somebody somebody name start with a S, illegal protection. Okay, so somebody don't want you to use your gifts or whatever this is. The Chariot. Somebody's like, yeah, it ain't no such thing. You know everything. Yeah, I know that there's a theory of this as well. Okay, but we got the sun is in reverse. Somebody is not somebody's son, and there's justice here. This could be like somebody was claiming to be like somebody grew up and they was the only child, but they're not really the child of those people. Or the real child was murdered a long time ago. That's just something that looked like the child. Something's going to be able to be restored here. There's an ancestor assisting someone to balance something out. Because this girl is like a real girl. And then this person right behind her look like a ghost. Okay. And we got a wanderer watching at a distance to see how this goes here. Okay. And then whoever this is, the Eight of Swords, is wrapped up tight. They got this person blocked. They could be plotting a death on somebody. They're plotting something on somebody. And somebody's looking off at a distance to see if it happens. Page of Cups. Yep. Somebody's waiting for the sneak attack. Somebody could be turning you into like a sea creature. Okay. So that they can attack you and get away with it. This is about changing people. I said staining somebody's status or changing somebody's status is what I meant to say. And we got Aquarius reaching for a star is not an option for somebody. Okay, it would expose too much. Ace of Pentacles in reverse here. All right. This is somebody disgusting. Like they stole your money and then they want you to do something to get it back when there's laws against this. Two of Swords, you could see. You're not playing with two different faces or something. This is something that these people was doing. This is not you changing faces here. Okay. You always who the fuck you said you was or who you are. Because they said we are who we are. No, you're not. You who I said I am. Just like I'm going to be who I said I am. And these people seem like they trash here. Ten of Pentacles. This could be a disconnect from these people. These could be people that raised you, but they kidnapped you, or you're not really their family, or they got rid of the regular version of you a long time ago to gain power over you. And then they just redid you some kind of way. But God deal directly with somebody, so you be careful on any given day. Because somebody could pop back up and around here, and y'all gonna be looking stupid. Ten of Wands. Somebody's crushing like two people. Something is about to be set on fire. These two goats are Aries or Ram energy. The universe, the great one of the night of time. Yeah, something really powerful is coming to crush these people. They could be God. All right. Children of the voice divine. This could be the children that have been molested or done by these people some kind of way, but they nurtured them and took care of them and confused them by buying them expensive gifts and stuff and got them wrapped up in some kind of lifestyle. So these are kids that probably just do what they want to do, sit around all day too. Go to school or college, play around. They turn into socialites as to who they effing that's in the system, a judge, a lawyer, something like this. They pay them for little petty things. You know, everybody know like he fucking with Judge Jackson or something like this, or George, whatever like this. Yeah, that nigga be, yep, he be having money. Like they get together and they be like, yeah, he be giving me this, and so what? I don't care. You know, nah. You know, this is kind of like a group of people that do that. Like whoever they busting down. But it's a group of them. They stick together and they're making a living off of whatever this is here. Hold on. They're making a living off of this. Rob